Day, didn't I?
You did.
Awesome.
This is a happy news thing. Whenever you're ready.
We're ready.
Good afternoon. I am Carl Cannon, CAO for the Municipality of Port Hope. On behalf of Mayor Linda Thompson, who's away today, Deputy Mayor Jeff Gilmer, all of Council, the Emergency Management Control Group, and especially the staff of the Water Treatment Plant, I am very pleased to advise that 3 of the 5 pumps are now repaired and running at original design capacity. Also, a supplementary portable water pump has been installed, and that is operational as required. That's a supplementary system, and that we are now implementing a phased approach to resume normal water consumption. First, I want to, on behalf of Council, thank the staff at the Water Treatment Plant for their tireless efforts and work into the wee hours in getting the system back online. Every staff member of the Water Treatment Division, being Rick Trumper, Jeff Morgan, Mike Stewart, Jerry Lord, as assisted by the staff at the Water Distribution Division, being Ed Simmons, Rick Held, Larry Green, Albert Dobrini, and Rick Held, in conjunction with the Director of Works and Engineering, being Peter Angelo, have worked countless hours to ensure the water supply has been maintained and to make the necessary repairs to have the system back online. As we announced earlier in a media release, as of 12 noon today, regular daily water consumption may resume for drinking, cooking, and showering, bathing, with no requirement for alternative day water use. However, we do ask residents to continue to refrain from doing their laundry. Local laundromats and car washes, however, have been advised they may resume regular operations immediately, and the Port Hope Fire Department has returned to normal firefighting practices. Effective immediately, the bottled water depot has been closed. As regular water use is reestablished with no further issues, residents may resume doing laundry on Friday, November 4th. The Bulk Water Station at the Water Treatment Plant will reopen on Friday as well. CPK, Interior Products, and Cameco have been advised they may resume water consumption for all normal operations on Sunday, November 6th. On behalf of Council and staff, I would like to thank the entire community for their patience, support, and cooperation during this situation. With residents and businesses observing very strict water conservation methods, there has been a substantive, being 40% sustained reduction in consumption, and this has allowed the municipality to maintain a steady water supply while repairing the system. It is vital that residents and businesses follow the gradual approach to avoid jeopardizing the system, that being our phased-in process, to ensure there are no sudden surges in demand. We recognize that everyone in Ward 1 is shared in this situation, and our phased approach looks to balance the contributions and needs of the community while at the same time ensuring a rational phased approach to normal water use. Once all regular water use is reestablished, and provided there are no further challenges, the municipality will lift the declaration of emergency on Sunday or Monday, and all normal municipal operations will resume subsequently. Until then, the Emergency Control Group remains on call and will continue to meet on a daily basis and maintain dialogue with MOE, EMO, and the Health Unit. Information regarding the phased approach to normal water use is posted on our website. Questions may be directed to our inquiry line at 1-866-601-2282. Residents will receive information on the phased-in water approach through our telephone rapid notification system. Anyone who has not registered may call 1-866-601-2282 to register their phone number. Information updates will continue to be posted on our webpage, and any questions may be directed to our inquiry line, the number previously noted. The 2 p.m. media conferences will continue daily until further notice. We certainly anticipate one on Friday, and possibly there will be one on Monday. I certainly can take any questions at this time.
Now, with the fact that everything is basically getting back to normal, that means that people can shower whenever they want. They can, drink the water. They can do everything. They just can't do laundry yet until
Basically,
Friday.
typical normal use of water in a home can be initiated effectively immediately. The only exception being laundries.
And what was the final tally of the water that was distributed at the water depot?
The final tally was 9,053 cases of water distributed. Yesterday, 525 were distributed.
And what is going to be done with the leftover water? Is it going to be returned to the donors or given to the Fair Share Food Bank or Food for All warehouse?
We're looking at the strategy for that. Some may go back to the providers. Some may, if it's not feasible for health unit reasons or otherwise, to deal with. We'll look into that, and where it's feasible, we may supply it to local food banks or something of that nature. Now,
were there any? Initially there was a discussion about cutting off high volume users that did not comply with the requirements. Were there any issues that came out of that?
I can advise that we had excellent support by all industries and residences across the municipality. Again, as it was identified, we achieved about a 40% reduction in capacity demand. That is substantive and obviously reflective of the great work that the community's done. I can't recollect, certainly none of the large users were pursued in any way. We're very cooperative, and we are very thankful for that.
I may have missed this, but as far as the large users like Cameco, for example, is there a tentative timetable for their water usage at all?
Cameco and CPK, which are the two larger water users in our community, have been advised that they can proceed to connect and utilize water as of Sunday, this coming weekend.
Is there any particular reason why you can't, at this point in Port Hope, use laundry? Is it because you're still worried about the stress on the system at this point, as far as laundry is concerned?
As I think I noted in the media release or my comments today, we're trying to balance need and the contribution of the various groups in our community. We've recognized that we have to phase it in, and there are certain consumptions for different uses, so you have to stagger them. So trying to make the balance of contribution, need, and what the system can handle. We've tried, ends up in a combination we've approached.
Now, I just find it strange terminology here. You have 3 of the 5 pumps now repaired, but there were not 5 pumps that needed repair.
Actually, all pumps have 2 failed. 3 showed evidence of degradation as a result of the same issue that affected the 2 that failed. Therefore, our strategy was to obviously work towards get water consumption up, replace the 2 that failed, recognizing the other 3 were producing at lower than capacity, that we would then cycle them out with new impellers. And we were able to do that with the use of the supplementary system, and that further the supplementary system will allow us to move towards the stainless steel impellers sooner than later without disruption to the system, and to allow us to operate at full capacity.
So any idea when the other 2 will be have the impellers replaced?
Ultimately, our original estimate was for all of them to be online with the stainless steel would be about 16 weeks in time. But we are operating on 3 pumps, as noted, at 250 horsepower, 200 horsepower, and 100 horsepower. Again, we have the supplementary system, which is about equivalent to 200 horsepower. And we do have 1 degraded, albeit at not full optimal capacity, to 200 horsepower going current.
And that is sufficient once the phased-in approach?
The 3 pumps and the supplementary meets compliance with the Ministry of the Environment with respect to proceeding to full consumption opportunity.
Okay, thank you.
In terms of what happened with the impellers and the investigation, has that begun at this point? And if so, do you have any timetable as to when you might get some results?
We have just done some very preliminary investigations on the root cause, just sufficient for us to ensure the approach we've taken is one that is going to be appropriate to meet the immediate need. We realize through time there's going to be a greater depth analysis required, and we, however, anticipate the stainless steel impellers will be the long-term result.
So we're looking ways down the road before we know for sure what happened.
I can't give you a specific timeline on that. Won't be immediate, no.
So are you waiting to lift the declaration because you want to see how CPK and Cameco, when they go back online on Sunday, you want to make sure that everything is okay before you lift the state of emergency either Sunday or Monday?
Again, as our approach is a phasing approach, and Cameco and CPK are the largest users of water, yes, the emergency will be lifted after we are satisfied that they are able to be accommodated in the system without any implications to the system.